One of the great things about Entity Framework is that it automatically maps the fields from your row SQL into classes that you have. So here I've got a class called student. This, as you expect, is what we are saying is a DB set as well. So by DB set, what we mean here is we are saying that this student class over here is actually one of our tables that exists within the database. So we are saying we will have a table in the language of Entity Framework known as DB set, and that table will have the following properties. So in this instance, you can see it will have an ID, name, age, city, and is active. So the great thing is when you issue row SQL like this using Entity Framework's method over here. So we're accessing the method using the connection. So that's the context that we created. And then we are accessing the students DB set, students table. And then we are accessing a method code from SQL interpolated. And this takes in row SQL that you can write. But notice here, we're doing select start. So it will automatically map all the fields from this table in the database over to the properties we have in this class. So you can see the ID, the name, the age, the city, and is active. The way it's able to do this is if we have a look at our database here, we have a students table here. It's got ID, name, age, city, is active. But you will notice that there's an additional field here called country code, which doesn't exist within our C# code. So if we go back here, we've got is active, but country code is missing. So when it does execute this SQL statement, what will happen is it will map all the fields that exist and match the names in the backend database versus what's over here. When it finds the field in the backend database that doesn't actually exist within the student class, it will simply ignore it. So it will not map it across. But the other way round is not true. For example, if you have a field that is a required field here, so that, for example, doesn't take in nulls, then you will have a problem, which is it won't be able to map that field. So let's demonstrate this. So at the minute where we'll just do a select S star, and we know there's an additional field in our backend database over here. So if we run this over here, and you can see that our code works and there are no issues. So the additional field here, country code, is simply ignored by the Entity Framework because it does not exist within the class.